Welcome everybody to Green Pastures Farm, the small farm with big dreams. Today we're going to do a little farm tour. We start here next to the road. This farm was not originally ours. We bought it in 95. The people that owned it, they had passed away, and we were coming out of our old place in Forsyth County, and we moved over here and bought the main farm. And this is 32 acres. I'm currently leasing the land across the road. That will be a new addition next couple years, hopefully. So we're going to start with the store building. This place was a feed store. It's kind of faded up there, but there's a sign. Maynard Farm Supply. It was a feed and fertilizer store. They also used to sell odds and ends, and just every little bit. So this is a store building. Big up. Nowadays we just put all the hoard in there. There's a bunch of old stuff, old furniture, toys, collectibles. Every little thing is in there. And this is where all the magic happens. This is my garage. It used to be, the people that owned it before us, they used to have pine needles in here, from what I was told. It's just a little little rinky-dink building. Alright, and now we're on to equipment. This is our Ford 4600. This is one of my workhorses. It has some minor leaks, but she runs. She does her job. That's one of my favorites. This is my baby, because she's nice and blue. So, we'll move on to the back here. This is our Kuhn GA 3200 GT. It's this hay rake. We've had it. I think we bought it brand new. If not, we probably bought it used. But it's just a standard hay rake. It spins over to the left side here and packs the windrow up against this tarp. All right. As we move down the hill here, this building right here, it used to be a chicken house or a chicken coop. There's mostly spare parts, just a bunch of random junk thrown in it. Nothing too fancy in there. This is our square baler. Later in the, next year we'll see this in action a lot. It's a New Holland 565. It's got an accumulator on the back, hydraulic. And it's got a hydraulic pressure gauge on it, and the way it works, it packs it 5x2, so it's a 10 bale pack. And as the bales come out, it hits a little trigger right here, and this will push them onto the bed, and it dumps out when it knows it's full. We have a grapple that goes on the front of both our loader tractors, the John Deere over here and the 3910. And they'll pack it up and they'll put it on wagons. So right now we're going to move over to our dome building. We put this up in 2002. Y'all want a testament to how bad plastic is to degrade? Right up there. This building was completed in 2002. That plastic bottle was shoved up there really just because my dad wanted to do it. Once we put it up there, and it's been up there ever since.
I've never noticed it before.
And it's remained there ever since. As we move on, it's a 5420 John Deere. I think it has the largest cab that comes with it. My grandpa bought this brand new 2002 or 2000. They made them from 2002 to 2004. I don't know when exactly he bought it. All I know is that the reason he bought it was because he wanted me to be out in the field with him. So instead of strapping me to the side of a fender, he decided, let's get a cab tractor. So this is my workhorse. We move on to the back. Y'all saw the video, last few videos. We did do combine prep. This is the combine. It's a 4400. It was made from 1971 to 79. I do not know what year model this one is. We bought this used off a guy several years ago. We've gone through several combines over the years. We have had, I believe we had an Alice Chambers at one time. We had a Gleaner. We've had several gleaners. I don't know if this is our first John Deere. I think we've had a couple in the past, but this is the last one we bought, and we were very happy with it. It does what we need it to do. This is an MX-10 John Deere Bush Hog. We bought this brand new. It's very good. I use it mostly to clear off hay fields after I've done my cut for the year, and it's just mostly stunted stubble that's about that high, and it's not worth making any more hay off of. I just cut it off to make a clean edge. I did mow this over here before I sprayed it with it. See, moving back, this is my tanker setup. Now that I do not have 200 plus acres, after my grandpa passed away, we do not have 200 plus acres anymore. So I don't use this as much. We use this to fill up our sprayer with. We used to anyway. And now it just sits here and collects dust. We got an old motor, pump, and everything. Moving in the back, we have a C60 Chevy dump truck. It's a 2-ton. Currently, it is not working, or at least it will start with some help, but it does not.
Lots of help.
It will not stay. It will not stay on. I'm currently in the process of getting it worked on. It's not really at the forefront of my mind, primarily because this winter we're going to be running a gravity wagon and putting everything in the bin. So I'm not going to use this until probably next summer when I'm hauling the beans out and putting barley in. All right, moving up the hill, we go into this building. This is where my round baler and tedder are. I also have a 4600 SU in here. I was using it. Last thing I did with it was tedder hay with it, and then it started spraying antifreeze everywhere. So
which is bad.
That's going to be a winter job. I'm going to replace, I think it's a water pump issue. So we're going to replace that probably sometime this winter. I got also a bush hog in here that I use periodically. I don't really like using it because of it's just. And this thing right here, this is our tedder. It is a Kuhn. We like their Kuhn hay rakes and tedders. It's just something we've always liked. We also like New Holland hay equipment. This is a 848 New Holland round baler, bar and chain. I know a lot of people don't use these things, especially I don't see them much on YouTube, but this is what my grandpa liked. So I don't have enough money to go upgrade to a belt. At least I can't find affordable ones near me.
We're broke boys.
Across from the building where we have our baler at, we got all our hay implements, all the stuff that goes on the loaders. These two things right here, the grapples for the square bales. We got hay spikes, buckets, another grapple, and some forks. We all know about this bad boy. It's a 1950 Chevrolet 3800 flatbed 1-ton truck. I traded this in for, well, no, I didn't trade it. I traded a John Deere 40 for it. I'd mentioned it in the past 2 videos. If y'all come in a later date, go look at those if you want to hear any build up to it. But traded this in. The guy that wanted the 40, it was his grandpa's, so he wanted it dearly. And he offered this up as a trade, and I said, you know what, he can have it. It's his family's. I'll let him have it. It's not doing me any good. So he brought this for me. It's a very nice truck. Runs great. It's got a few minor problems, but nothing a little bit of duct tape and redneck engineering can't fix. Across from the truck here, we got all the old implements. They're just stuff that go on a 3-point hitch. Bottom plows, hairs, chisel plows, scrape blades, you name it, we got it. It's mostly just stuff I barely use. I use the scrape blade and that disc over there. I till gardens with that. I'll probably pull with the chisel plow a couple times. Over here we got some stuff that we do use. Right there, you can't really see it because of the weeds. But that's pulp packer. I drag that to beat down dirt clods after I hare. I do hare some. I don't do it very often. It's not really something I need to do since we run no-till here. So I mostly hare up a spot that I haven't done in beans before. If I was wanting to convert one of these hay fields over, I'd run this over it first and then run it over with the cultipacker. I got another half disc here. I think it's a bush hog. This big one is a Massey Ferguson. The small one's either a bush hog or a New Idea. It's still, they're both fairly decent. There's a hydraulic problem with the big one, but it's no biggie. It just shoots out when I lower it down. This is a PJ tongue pull along trailer. This is my gravity wagon. This is what I'm going to be using this winter to haul beans off and put them into, and bring them over here to put in the elevator and put in the bin. This I bought this for $800 at a scrapyard. Well, not a scrapyard really. It's more or less just a guy that has a bunch of junk in his yard.
Bro, it's a junkyard.
It's got some dents in it, but it's nothing major. I can still, the door still works, and there's no holes in it, so I think it was worth my money.
Yeah, we pulled some of them dents out.
Yeah. This is just an old hay wagon. Over here we got my gooseneck. We replaced the floorboards in it. There's some of them are bowing, like one back there, but this is an easy fix. Bolt it down, nothing major. So I move over here to the Great Plains drill. It's a solid stand 7. It's got 7.5 inch rows on it. I plant beans with it. I also plant grass seed, and this winter we'll be doing barley after I get the beans off. It is a very good drill. We've had it all my life. I run the John Deere with it. It does a great job. I have no complaints with it. I would recommend it if anyone was looking for a grain drill or a sod drill. I use it very frequently, and it's worth the money if you want to get one. I think this is a 2002 model. I think is when we bought it. Old hay bind. It's a New Holland. I don't use it much. It's a 7-foot bar. This is our Ford 801. I use this with the grooming mower. I'll mow the yard with it a little bit, but I don't use it very much. I don't really like to use it either. It's just old, and it has a bunch of issues and stuff, but I don't really like using it. We go over here to our sprayer. This building right here used to be where they had cattle. I think it was a feed barn. This was a separate room, and there was a door here. But we cut this out, and now we have the sprayer in there. We were parking the sprayer where that 801 is. There also used to be a square baler there, but I sold that as well. This is a pull behind sprayer. It's got, I do not know what the wingspan on it is, but it's pull behind. We also got a mounted one for a 3-point hitch. We use this to spray beans with. Nothing too fancy about it. Over here we have an elevator. I think it's custom made. My grandpa was handy with a welder, so it's been custom made. And we also got an extension for it. It was a little bit shorter, but we added another couple feet to it. So now it reaches to the top of the grain bin there. This is our grain bin. If you didn't watch yesterday's video, it is I think it's a 2,500 bushel bin. It's
large.
All right, now we go over to our old barns. This one was originally here. It was a dairy barn. Where the new one over here sits, we put that up in about 2013. 2014 is when we put it up. It sits on a cement pad that was there. That was where the milk barn was. And this was just, I guess, another feed barn. We had the combine parked in there for a while. You can see the corn head in there. On to the new barn. We just call it the new barn. It's really just a building we put up for hay. Before we had this barn, there was a lean-to on the old barn that had our round bales in it. And I don't really know what we did with the square bales. I think we put them in just random other buildings. But this is where we put all our hay now. We store all the square bales on these trailers. This is our 489. It is a 9-foot cutting bar. Going back here, these are our 2 original hay equipment.
The oldies.
My grandpa probably bought these both brand new from the New Holland dealership years and years ago. I still use this. This is actually how this hay rake right here is how I learned to rake hay. And I pull it out periodically. I have an old video of me raking hay with a side-by-side. I probably will not post that on here, but I'll probably do it again soon. So
it was funny, I assure you.
Once again, this is an 848. It's a narrow pickup. This is what I was telling y'all about. We go over here. This is where we put all the round bales. We put all the round bales in this side. There's all stuff. This is actually hay from I think 2 years ago now. This is 2-year-old hay. This hay over here was made this year. This is our Ford 3910 Series 2 tractor. We bought it brand new in '89. This was probably the last Ford tractor that we ever bought brand new, not unless we had something before that, before I was born, and he got rid of it in that process. The loader is not original. We bought that used from a guy in a neighborhood. Problems with it. There's a leaky cylinder. There's actually a couple leaky cylinders on it, but I only use it to move hay in here whenever people come to buy it. I do not have cows or any kind of animal, so I make hay to sell. There's also a reason why I'm making barley. I'm going to sell that as cow feed.
I'll make some money.
We got about 32 acres. This right here, that is right in front of this building, is going to be in barley. This is going to be a hay crop. Right over here next to the tree line, you see the orange flag over there. From that to the trees is going to be oats. And then a small, about an acre strip over there is going to be in orchard grass. So I'm trying to diversify in hay. The past few years, all I've had is just mixed grass. It's been Johnson grass for the most part.
Pretty much whatever grows.
And I haven't been liking it. A lot of people, they have not really cared. But I'm trying to diversify and trying to make a cleaner hay. I do have a couple horse people that come and buy from me, and they'd like some nicer, softer hay. So I'm trying to get away from Johnson grass. There is some Johnson grass that's still growing out there. Some of this green is most of this green out here is actually probably barley now. If you see in the rows here, there's some green stuff popping up. So a lot of that's probably barley. There's also some Johnson grass out there. But for the most part, there's going to be a cleaner hay out here, I think, and I hope that it is a cleaner hay. Hi guys, that's the end of today's farm and machinery tour. Thank you for watching. Do like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and follow us on Instagram. That link will be in the description. And we will see you in the next video. Goodbye.
The cameraman says hi.